Amid Beis, Yudim Amid Beis Daf Hashavua. Yesterday we live streamed from snow tubing. We're back, Baruch Hashem, and we are 3 lines down from where the lines turn white again, the second time. Achar Hadvarim Ha'ela. So we just spoke about Big Son and Seresh, and it says Achar Hadvarim Ha'ela. After these things, the Big Son and Seresh, then HaKadosh Baruch Hu was Gidal es Haman. The way Rashi explains, that's a Gidal Melech es Haman. Achashverosh was Gidal es Haman. Passer Big Son with Seresh, after Big Son and Seresh. Amar Rava. Well, so they stick in the Yalkut, Mayacher, what do you mean after? Amar Rava. After HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the refuah for the Makkah, then he caused the Makkah. The Amrei Shlakish ain't HaKadosh Baruch Hu Makkah is Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu doesn't hit Klal Yisrael, doesn't punish them. Elim came baralem refuah tchila, unless he creates a refuah first. Shenamar, like it says in the pasuk, Kirafi li Yisrael v'nigla avon Ephraim b'rosh Shomron. When I create the refuah for Yisrael, so then only after that I reveal the Averis of Ephraim and the bad of Shomron, and the punishment could start after the refuah. When it comes to Umas Olam came, it's not like that. Mako Sam Hashem hits them refuah, and then he creates the refuah if they deserve. Shenemar, like it says in the pasuk. The pasuk says, "V'nogav Hashem es Mitzrayim, nogo v'rafo." That Hashem hit Mitzrayim, Nogov, Berafo, and he Nogov Hashem is Mitzrayim, Nogov Berafo Shovat Hashem v'netelem urafam. That he hit them, Nogov Berafo, and then he created the refuah. Vayivas beina l'shach yad Mordechai levado. Haman didn't want to first hit Mordechai alone. Amarava bitchila at the beginning, b'Mordechai levado. First, Haman wanted to go after Mordechai, and then he decided to go after the people, Mordechai, the people of Mordechai, the rabbis, the Rabbanan, Umanu Rabbanan. Then he decided to come after all the Yehudim. Says the Gemara further, Hippopor, what did he do? He threw a pour. Huagorel, that's the lottery. Tana, we learned in the Brisa. Kivan Shenafel Pour, very famous. Kivan Shenafel Pour, the Chodesh Adar. Since the poor fell out on Chodesh Adar, Sameach Simcha Gedola, Haman had a tremendous simcha. Amar, he said, Nafal li poor b'yarech shemespo Moshe. The poor fell out on a what? On a month that Moshe Rabbeinu died. So that's a bad omen for who? For Klal Yisrael. Below Yedeya, he didn't know Shebeshiva ba'adar mace, that it's true, he died on the 7th of Adar with Shiva Badar Nolad, but he was also born on the 7th of Adar. Why? So Rashi explains, because how did Haman know in the first place? Rashi doesn't say straight out this is how he knew, but the way we know Moshe died on the 7th of Adar is something that Haman could have tapped into. The way we know that he was born on 7th of Adar is more of a drasha, so I'm assuming that the drasha he didn't know, and the facts he did know. So Rashi says, if everyone looks at the top right, on the left side, the last wide line of Rashi, B'Shiva Ba'adar Meis Moshe. So it says because that Klal Yisrael went over the Yarden with Yoshua on the 10th month, on the 10th of the first month, the 10th of Nisan, and they waited beforehand 3 days, where they had same Hamlin fresh Shloshim, when there were 30 days for the morning of Moshe, and 3 days right before they went, where Hashem told them to prepare their preparations for passing over the Yarden, for going into Eretz Yisrael. Like it says, so therefore, Harei B'Shiva Adar Meis Moshe, if you figure out that he died on the 7th, you have 30 days, makes the 7th of Nisan, and 3 days makes the 10th of Nisan, and they crossed over the Yarden. So this is public information that Haman could have gotten to. The next one is, Shiva Ba'adar Nolad. How do we know he was born on Shiva Ba'adar, on the 7th day of Adar? Dichsiv, the next Rashi says, Dichsiv ben Mea ve'esrim shana anochi hayom. I am 120 years today. Now, if you're just reading of the Bible, like Haman might have done to look for the information, he doesn't know that that's his birthday. It's not, we darshan hayom. Hayom that was the exact day that he was 120 years. That could have gone over, and I guess it did go over Haman's head. Says the Gemara. He goes on further. Yeshno am echad. There's a nation. Amarava leka diyada lishna bishaka Haman. There's no one that knew how to talk bad derogatorily like Haman. Amarle, he said, Tachashverosh, ta nechlinu. Let's go destroy the Jews. Amarle mistafina melo kav. I'm afraid of their God. The lola would be Achashverosh was afraid Hashem shouldn't do to me that he shouldn't do to me like he did to my predecessors, to Belshazzar, and to others that he punished. Amarle yeshno min mitzvos. When he said yeshno amechad, he meant yashno. They're asleep at the wheel. They're not doing the mitzvos. Amarle, and therefore Haman, both Haman and Achashverosh understood what sometimes we don't understand. That yashno, that when we're asleep when we're not doing the mitzvos appropriately, that's when we're we're the most vulnerable. And yeah, Amar le isper rabbanan. So then Achashverosh said, yeah, but they have the rabbis. The rabbis are doing the what? They're doing the mitzvahs. Amar le am echad. They're one nation. There's different ways to learn what it means. Either the rabbis are not doing it am echad, they're like one, or they're responsible, or even if they're not responsible, everyone's responsible because of they're responsible for one another. Shema Tomer. So then Haman said, Shema Tomer, maybe you'll say, Karchani osa b'malchusecha. If I'm going to root out one segment of your population, it's gonna. If you're going to look from a bird's eye view, you're going to see a bald spot on the map. You're going to see there's no one there. That's not true because mefuzar nehin bein amim. They are scattered amongst the nations. So you're killing a little here, a little there. It's not going to make a difference. So on that it says, Shema Tomer is hanaminayo. Maybe you'll say you have benefit from them. No, mefurad. They're mefurad. But what does mefurad hint to? Kepreda. They're like a mule. Kepreda zusha eina osa peros. A mule can't have children. So too, the Jews, they don't bring anything to the table. But Shema Tomer, maybe you'll say ika medinta minayo. There is one Medina, a small Medina that they have, and you don't want to kill them. That tamalom b'chol medinos malchusecha. That they're scattered all over the Medina. There's not even one Medina that they are, that you can't uproot. There's not one Medina that you're going to have to uproot them all in one spot. V'dasayim shonos mikolam. Their laws are different than all the other nations. Why? The alo achlu minan. They don't eat from our food. V'lo nisvi minan. They don't marry from our women. V'lo nisvi lan. And they don't give our women. They don't give their women to us to marry. V'es dasei hamelech einos. And the pasuk goes on. And the laws of the king they don't do. The mafki l'kula shasa, that they. What does Rashi say? Beishin Hayud means Shabbos Hayom. Pesach, they always say whenever we need people working. If you don't have people working, then the nation's not going to go. So therefore, they say they don't do the laws of the king. They're always off. They always have the holidays. Passover, the whole year they're Passovering. And every Shabbos for sure they're Passovering. They have to leave early and all that. So therefore they're worthless. And it's not worth the melech. He has no benefit from them. Why? They eat and they drink and they're mavaza the king. They embarrass the king. They talk bad about him. To the malchus. Now listen to this, a very famous thing everyone heard of. If a flower would fall into the cup of any of them, in one of them, Zarku V'Shosei, who take it out and drink it. If it's very expensive, let's say someone gets a really expensive, I guess if it's a cheap $2 wine, maybe, and someone's probably in those days they weren't as finicky, they probably just take it out and throw it out. And they didn't have it so cheap. Zarku V'Shosei, they take it out and drink it. If the Achashverosh, who's a non-Jew, would touch the wine of one of them, then he would Chovto Bekarka. He knew a lot about halacha, Haman. He knew things that some of us don't know. That if he would touch it, Chovto Bekarka, they would throw it on the ground. They wouldn't drink it. Imal Melech Tov, if it be good and the will of the king. Imal Melech Tov, Yikosev LaAbdam. He should write to destroy them. Baseres Halafim Kikar Kesef. He was giving them what? 10,000 silver coins. And Amarei Shlakish. Now the Mefarshim Cheshbon later on Daf Tazayin, Tosas makes the Cheshbon, the Zabach that makes the Cheshbon that the Cheshbon is that these 10,000 coins were equal to Klal Yisrael 600. This is Tosas, 600 Jews giving a half a shekel. It ended up the same because this is shekalim and this is kikar kesef. But if you make the cheshbon, it ends up that it was the same amount that Klal Yisrael gives for machzah shekel from 600 for the 600,000 Jews. Amar Reish Lakish, Goliv Yodua Lefnei Misha Amar Vayolam. It was revealed Hashem knew Shaha'asid Haman Lishkol Shkolim Al Yisrael, that Haman would want to pay shkolim on Klal Yisrael, that he'd want to pay money to Achashverosh to kill Klal Yisrael, and we needed a schus against that. Lefichach, therefore, hiktim shakleim lishkolov. Hashem made sure our shekel went before his shekel, that we had the mitzvah of shekel. They had the mitzvah v'hainu d'tanan, and that's what it means. Be'echad ba'adar. Now, in what way did our shekel come first? It really came first in time. But now the Mishnah is saying it came first it came first in years, but now it even came first during the year. V'hainu d'tanan, that's what we learned in the Mishnah. Be'echad ba'adar, on the first day of Adar, mido raisa, we need to what? We need to give the shekel, the machzah shekel, before Rosh Chodesh Nisan. But the Rabbanan made up that we should give it a month before. Hashem put it in their head to give it a month before and they started calling out on Rosh Chodesh Adar. That, what did they call out? Be'echad ba'adar, mashmiyim, they made known. Rashi says, Bezdem achrizin sheyavo shkolim hamigdash, that you should bring sheyaviu shkolim hamigdash, you should bring the shekel. So therefore, it came out that by the first day of Adar, before Haman's decree is going to take effect, on the first day of Adar, we already are being calling out about the shkolim, and people gave the shkolim, so therefore it would be a schus for us even in that year. Mashmiyim ala shkolim va'ala klayim, and we also call out for klayim because that time of year when people, the halacha is you're not allowed to grow two different species together. But even if it grows by itself, sometimes your field all of a sudden last year you grew something and this year you're growing something else, and it ends up coming up by itself. You have to pull it out. You're not allowed to leave it there. Or if someone else grew it for you. So therefore, during this time of year, when the little sproutings used to come up, that's when Bezdin used to call out on the climb. Everyone should make sure to go to the field and check out for the climb. So just another 2 minutes for the chazara of the Daf Hashavua test. I would say the Rashis today were very important. The cheshbon with Haman, with how we know Moshe Rabbeinu was born on that day. How do we know he died on that day? And I think the rest, the Agadat, I'm going to leave, with Yehudiya. We had the whole Gemara with Yehudiya. You'll go through the Shakra Tayat. I'm not sure now if there's, you go through the Gemara Rashi. It's not so hard. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thank you, everyone, for coming.